In a sport that never stops moving, even MMA junkies can struggle to keep up with all the latest headlines. If you missed any of Thursday's biggest news, let us catch you up to date with The Comeback. So we know that longtime UFC veteran Michael Bisping received the chance of a lifetime this week, receiving a late notice opportunity to fight for the UFC middleweight title at UFC 199. And while the count insists he's prepared for such a momentous opportunity, Bisping did admit he's going to have to lose 23 pounds before he can step into the cage. Bisping told SiriusXM's Luke Thomas, quote, "If I didn't lose any weight right now, I would have to do a 24-pound weight cut, which I'm not going to do, but you've heard people do that before. So if I lose 2 pounds this week or 3 pounds this week, I'll train all the way up to Saturday. I'll rest Sunday. If I lose 3 pounds and I lose 4 pounds next week, that's 7 pounds. I'll be just over the 200-pound limit. It's doable, but it's going to be miserable." End quote. Odds makers aren't giving Bisping much of a chance either way. Opening Rockhold is more than a 10-1 favorite. What's next for Invicta FC featherweight champ and 1-0 UFC catchweight fighter Cristiane Cyborg Justino? Well, there still seems to be a little bit of confusion about that, to be honest. While UFC officials suggested Justino will meet Germaine de Randamie next, Justino said she actually intends to defend her Invicta FC title in her next fight. Invicta FC president Shannon Knapp said if that's the case, she's got a headline slot open on July 29th. "I'm working on the 29th, the Invicta SC chief told MMA junkie Steven Morocco. If all parties agree, then certainly she would headline. A decision is expected to be announced very soon. Once considered the #1 flyweight in all of mixed martial arts, Ian McCall admits he's now struggling with the motivation to compete in the cage. Uncle Creepy recently told MMA Junkie Radio that he's not exactly sure when he'll again step foot in the octagon. Though he doesn't want to call it a career just yet, he definitely doesn't know what's coming next.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not motivated right now. I have no motivation to fight. I love fighting. I'm sure it'll come back. But the juice isn't worth the squeeze. It's kind of sucks right now. The sports, financially isn't worth it for me. And I have other opportunities. I have, my podcast. I have a radio show coming out, and I have a bunch of other stuff. But with that said, I am married to this sport, and I'm sick, and I love getting, that drug of walking out for a UFC fight is you can't find it anywhere else.
And that's The Comeback for Friday, May 20th. To read more on the latest news in MMA, including why Demian Maia knew a title fight might be a long shot but isn't giving up hope just yet, as well as to read all about an Irish prospect who could become that country's newest superstar, check out MMA Junkie.